Hey guys, this is Anurag Sharma and I extend my humble namaskar to all of you. Today I am going to discuss with you a very interesting topic, and I believe that in my opening slide you get an idea that what will be today's topic. And the today's topic, as before giving you the official title of today's lesson, I wish that you have a look in this opening slide that what I am talking about. There are certain words, and I know that these words are very familiar to you. Let's see that what are these, words which I am going to talk about. That friendliness, trust, adoration, infatuation, and there is another line which describes joy, bliss, delight, pride, and then comes grief, sorrow, gloom, melancholy, loneliness, and then comes the fury, outrage, wrath, annoyance, violence. Then comes a surprise, a shock, an amazement, astonishment, wonder. And then again comes the guilt, with embarrassment, a chagrin, feeling of remorse, humiliation, panic, concern, nervousness, apprehension, and anxiety. So, what I'm talking about, I believe you get an idea. Today I'm going to talk to you about a basic thing which differentiates us with another species. Not all, but definitely with most of them, the emotions, the feeling. And dear friends, today's topic is emotional intelligence. So in my opening slide, I just attempted to give the basic circle of emotions which a human being goes through throughout his day, aware in every minute, in every hour, and almost in our whole life. So today I'm going to talk to you about emotional intelligence. Now it is prepared by me, Anurag Sharma, and why we are discussing this topic. As an UPSC aspirant, there is a subject, the paper GS4. That paper is ethics and aptitude. And in that, if you go through the entire syllabus of ethics and aptitude, you will find one topic, that is emotional intelligence. And I wanted to discuss this topic with you because it is very interesting topic. What is the relation of emotional intelligence with a human being, and most importantly, what is the relation of emotional intelligence as an IAS officer, which I believe and I wish that every one of you will definitely become one day. So it is a very interesting topic, and let's discuss that what we are going to discuss about this emotional intelligence. So this term emotional intelligence, guys, it was firstly coined in 1990 by Salovey and Mayer. They coined this term in 1990, and they described emotional intelligence as a very simple term, that it is a form of social intelligence that involves the ability to monitor one's and others' feelings and emotions, to discriminate among them, and to use this information to guide one's thinking and action. Very interesting, very easy to understand that what is emotional intelligence. Emotion, I have discussed, the basic sphere of emotions which we go through. It is not definitely all. There are so many that we cannot divide, and we cannot give a tabular form that these are the emotion and these are the 90 emotions which are human being go through. No, but mostly, and in a big profile, these are the various emotions which we usually go through. So they explained emotional intelligence as that it is a form of social intelligence that involves the ability to monitor because this was the first attempt to explain emotional intelligence, and with the passage of time we have very refined definition of emotional intelligence. But this was the first attempt, and this first attempt they have said that it is just an ability to monitor, to observe that what are the emotions going through in one's own mind or in one's own heart and the others, so that we can discriminate among them those feelings, that what are the emotions they are going through, what are the emotions we are going through, and so that we can use that information and make a important and efficient decision. The basic idea is to make a decision. As an administrator or as a business manager or a non-business manager, or as in, in any walk of life, we are making so many decisions in a routine life. And that is why emotional intelligence is that, to understand our own emotion and the other people's emotion, so that we can make an efficient decision. It is that ability, it is that intelligence to differentiate and to know that what we are going through and what the other person is going through emotionally, so that we can make a better decision. So this was the first attempt defining emotional intelligence. Then comes the definition of Daniel Goleman, and he became he became very aware of this coined term, and he wrote a book named as Emotional Intelligence, Why It Can Matter More Than IQ, in 1995. So this book has explained emotional intelligence in more thorough terms, in more thoroughly. So that emotional intelligence, and he said, I will explain that in my later slide, that he said that to be successful, the contribution of IQ and emotional intelligence is required. Whether to be successful, the contribution of IQ, that is intelligence quotient, I believe you know what is IQ, that is 20%, and 80% contribution is of EI, that is emotional intelligence. See guys, as a teacher, what I've observed, that the basic IQ remains same. It is more or less, we can say that is only a difference of 19 and 20. So that difference is there, no doubt, and it is a more biological term. And in most of the student, the IQ is same. What differentiate one student with the other student is their EQ, that is emotional quotient. So IQ and EQ, they both are required, and according to Goleman, he said that the contribution of EQ means a person with higher EQ is more probable to be more successful as comparison to people who have less EQ, that is emotional quotient, and it plays a very important role in all type of organization, be it a business organization or a non-business organization. We can take any walk of life, we can take any profession, and I bet that you will understand that emotions play a very important role. And as an administrator, as a UPSC aspirant, as a future administrator officer, IAS officer, we need to have hold on our emotions. We need to understand our emotions and emotions of other people, so that we can make an efficient decision. So, emotional intelligence, it is a person's ability to perceive emotions in the self and others. The same thing has said again and again. Understand the meaning of these emotions and regulate the one's emotions accordingly. We need to control our emotions, not control, but we need to manage our emotions. That is the most precise term to explain in term of EQ. That is, first of all, to perceive. That perception is very important. That what are the emotions going through in my heart, in my mind, and what are the emotions going through the other person, so that I can understand the meaning of these emotions, and I can make a a better decision. And I need to regulate the one's emotions accordingly. This is a very simple diagram over here. So what it says, that what are EI, that emotional intelligence is the abilities. What are the abilities to recognize the emotions of ourselves and the others? Means we need to be aware of our own emotions, and we need to be aware of others' emotions. So these are the abilities. The second ability is the regulation of emotions, management of own emotions. We cannot. It doesn't say, when we say discuss the myths about EI or emotional intelligence, we will see that EI never tells us to suppress the emotion. EI never tells us to let it go. EI never tells to flow with the emotions. It tells about the management of the emotion. It tells about the regulation of emotions, not only in ourselves but in others also. So EI is the abilities of recognition of emotions and regulation of emotions, not in our own self but also in the others. This is a basic example or basic model of emotional intelligence, that first of all, the perception of emotions, that perceive emotions in self and understand in others, understanding of these emotions and regulation of these emotions. You can understand these things with the help of this diagram and with the help of this diagram whatever you feel like, you can go through in an example. So the consciousness, that consciously we need to be conscious about our emotions, we need to conscious about others' emotions, and we need to be, understand those emotions, and we need to be emotionally stable. An emotionally stable mind will make a better decision. So, as I told you, that what is the importance of studying emotional intelligence? As according to Goldman, that success is a contribution. It is a combination of 20% IQ and 80% EQ. That is, IQ is intelligence quotient and EQ is emotional quotient. So, as said, that people with high quotient, they are highly motivated, they are highly satisfied, they have more mental peace, they are, they appreciate more, they have good friendly relation with others, and they are more fulfilled. And as people with low IQ, they are more frustrated, they are mostly disappointed, they are, they are bound to get more, mentally disturbance, there is more emptiness in their lives, and they are more loneliness. Sad but truth, that high EQ leads to happiness, self-control, autonomy, contentment, balance, and focus, whereas low IQ leads to sorrow, depression, dependence, victimization, instability, and failure. So this is the importance of EQ. And then comes the intuitive appeal. Everyone agrees that it is good to possess social intelligence, and intuition suggests people who can detect and evaluate others' emotions and their own emotions, so that they can handle those social situations more appropriately. They can handle social interaction well, as comparison to in a very powerful leg up in the business world or in the administrative world. Then it predicts criteria that matters, and there are so many evidence, guys, that suggest a high level of emotional intelligence means a person who performs well in the job. Various studies show that EI is consistently positively correlated with the job performance and high productivity. Then comes rationality in behavior. What is right and what is wrong? Only a stable mind, only an emotionally stable mind can make a rational decision. If we let it go with our emotions, if we'll flow with our emotions, then definitely that decision will not be a rational decision. It is very rightly said that never promise when you are happy. It is very rightly said that never curse anyone when you are angry. Because when we are happy and we will make promises, we will make very big promises. It is a fact of life. And when we are angry, we are bound to do more bad things. So to make a rational decision, we need to control our emotions, and to make rationality in our decision, we need to be more emotionally intelligent. And social objectives, fulfilling social objectives, guys, these are we are social, human beings. Man is a social animal, the first line in any sociology book. And for to fulfill those social needs, we need to be more emotionally intelligent. Then comes various myths about emotional intelligence, that that EI is sometimes as being nice to people. No, never. See, being nice is something, it is not always recommended to be nice in a wrong situation. So EI generate rational behavior, what is right and what is wrong. It has nothing to do with being nice all the time. It does not mean that giving free rein to feelings means to flow with, to let it go with the emotions. It never says that. And there is also another myth that men are more emotionally stable as comparison to women. A total myth. It has nothing to do with gender. It has nothing to do with age. Definitely there are certain biological criteria that may define our emotions, but as far as the studies goes, it has nothing to do with any kind of gender or age or any other type of criteria. So it is these are the various myths that which are related to emotional intelligence. Then emotional intelligence in organizations, it fills the organizational position. Right man at right job, the first thing of management, the first principle of management, that we need right man at right job, and emotionally stable man is right at any job. It gives a more satisfactory work life. It gives credibility to manager. It makes leadership effective. It makes communication effective. It is helpful to handle frustration and managing stress and resolution of conflicts. So these are the emotions which we need to manage, and which are helpful in our lives. So I believe that you get an idea that what is the meaning of emotional intelligence, why it is important to study emotional intelligence, and this is all. It is not, the entire everything, each and everything about emotional intelligence, but still I try to cover the basic concept of emotional intelligence. If you have any kind of doubt, you are free to call me or contact me in any way possible.